Kody says on social media that Robyn stole $686 from him. Robyn was arrested by police. Hello friends, I am Elena. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. The story begins with an explosive revelation that sent shockwaves through social media platforms. Kody, a man known to many for his outspoken personality, took to his social media accounts to make a stunning accusation. In a series of direct posts, Kody claimed that Robyn, someone he had once trusted, had stolen exactly $686 from him. The number itself caught the attention of followers because it wasn't a vague accusation, it was precise, and Kody wanted the world to know that he wasn't afraid to call Robyn out publicly. Kody wrote that he noticed the missing money while checking his accounts. According to him, the amount was withdrawn without his consent, and after reviewing the transactions, he was convinced that Robyn was responsible. Kody explained to his followers that he had given Robyn access to certain details, thinking it would be harmless. Instead, that trust was allegedly broken. Posts quickly spread across platforms, gaining hundreds of shares and thousands of comments. Some people stood behind Kody, applauding his bravery for exposing what he saw as a betrayal, while others were skeptical, wondering if there was more to the story. In his social media rant, Kody did not mince words. He described Robyn as manipulative and deceptive. He claimed that this wasn't the first time Robyn had acted suspiciously, but this was the first time Kody had concrete proof to back up his accusations. By stating the exact stolen amount, Kody attempted to prove that he wasn't exaggerating. He insisted that this time he had had enough, and he wasn't going to let Robyn get away with it. As the story gained traction, local authorities also became aware of Kody's posts. Within hours, people began tagging law enforcement pages, urging them to investigate. Pressure mounted, and the police decided to look into Kody's claims. What had started as a social media feud escalated quickly into a criminal matter. Robyn, on the other hand, was silent at first. While Kody was venting online and spreading his side of the story, Robyn did not immediately respond. This silence only fueled speculation. Commenters debated whether Robyn was guilty, with some arguing that if she were innocent, she would defend herself right away. Others believed that silence could mean she was simply waiting for the right time to explain her side. But the tension broke when news came out that police had officially arrested Robyn. Officers reportedly visited her residence, questioned her, and then detained her on suspicion of theft. The arrest shocked many, especially those who had doubted Kody's claims. Photos and short clips began circulating online, showing Robyn being escorted by police officers. Kody wasted no time reacting to the news. He once again logged into his social media accounts, this time to celebrate what he saw as justice being served. He wrote that he felt vindicated, because the police action proved that his accusations were not baseless. Kody declared that trust was a fragile thing, and Robyn had destroyed hers completely by betraying him for money. He expressed anger not only at the theft but also at the personal hurt it caused him. As the news spread, discussions intensified. People debated the meaning behind the stolen amount. Why $686 specifically? Some speculated it might have been an urgent need for cash, others thought it was a calculated move. For Kody, however, the number was not symbolic. It was his hard-earned money, taken without permission, and he wanted accountability. Robyn's arrest led to a wave of reactions from friends, neighbors, and online observers. Some were shocked, saying they couldn't believe she was capable of theft. Others admitted that Robyn had always seemed suspicious to them. Community became divided, with supporters of both sides clashing online. Hashtags about the situation began trending locally, further spreading the drama. Meanwhile, Kody continued to post updates. He explained that he had cooperated fully with the police investigation, providing all evidence he had, including transaction records and personal messages that allegedly tied Robyn to the theft. He emphasized that he had nothing to hide and that his only goal was to make sure justice was done. Robyn's legal troubles grew heavier as reports indicated she might face formal charges. The arrest was only the beginning. According to early sources, the case could move forward to court if prosecutors found sufficient evidence. Kody, for his part, promised to testify against Robyn if necessary. He made it clear that he was not going to back down or forgive the betrayal just because the case had gained public attention. The situation also raised larger questions about trust, money, and the dangers of sharing access to personal information. Commentators began using Kody and Robyn's story as an example of what can go wrong when boundaries are blurred. For Kody, this was more than just a legal issue. It was a personal reminder never to place blind trust in someone again. As more details emerged, it was revealed that Robyn allegedly used the money for personal expenses, though the exact purpose of the funds remained unclear. Some insiders claimed she had been struggling financially, while others suggested the theft was simply opportunistic. No matter the motive, the fact remained. The arrest had happened and Robyn's reputation was damaged. Kody's social media activity only increased after Robyn's arrest. He began thanking his supporters, the people who had believed him from the start. He also lashed out at those who had doubted him, saying they owed him an apology now that the police had taken action. His tone was both triumphant and bitter, reflecting the mix of emotions he felt over the ordeal. For Robyn, however, things took a darker turn. Her silence continued, except for brief words through legal representatives, who insisted she was innocent and that the case would show the truth in due time. This statement, however, did little to calm the storm. Public perception leaned heavily against her, as the image of her being arrested overshadowed her defense. The ripple effects of the incident spread further. Other acquaintances of Kody came forward, claiming that they too had experienced suspicious behavior from Robyn in the past, though none of them had reported it. These claims added fuel to the fire, painting a more troubling picture of her character. The story, while centered on $686, became a much larger conversation about betrayal, accountability, and the power of social media. Kody had used his platform not only to share his frustration but also to pressure authorities into action. The outcome showed just how influential online voices could be in today's world. As things stand, Robyn faces legal challenges, and Kody has cemented his role as someone unafraid to call out wrongdoing publicly. Whether the court will ultimately convict Robyn remains to be seen, but the arrest alone has already left lasting damage on her name. For Kody, the experience may serve as closure, though the bitterness of betrayal may linger far longer than the legal process itself. In the end, the story of Kody, Robyn, and the stolen $686 serves as a cautionary tale about trust, transparency, and the consequences of actions in both the personal and digital world. What began as a social media accusation turned into a full-blown police matter, changing the lives of everyone involved and leaving the public captivated by each new development. The Sister Wives universe is never short of drama, and the latest development proves once again that life in the Brown family is filled with tension, shifting loyalties, and emotional fireworks. The headline buzzing among fans right now centers on Robyn Brown, who is said to have scowled in visible frustration as her daughter Brianna confronted her father, Kody Brown, with a pointed and piercing look that has left both insiders and viewers speculating about what it means for the already fractured family dynamic. To understand the weight of this moment, it is important to remember that Brianna has always been known as the quiet and reserved member of the Brown children. Unlike some of her siblings who have been outspoken, quick to challenge, or ready to rebel, Brianna has typically stayed away from the spotlight and kept her emotions guarded. But the tension in the Brown household has been boiling over for years, and even the most reserved children eventually reach a breaking point. Reports suggest that Kody was addressing an issue in the family, one that carried the same undertone it usually does: his dominance, his authority, and his strained effort to maintain control even as his relationships with his wives and many of his children fall apart. It was in this tense atmosphere that Brianna gave her father what can only be described as an eye full. It wasn't just a quick glance or an accidental expression. It was the kind of look that tells an entire story without a single word being spoken. And while Kody may have tried to shrug it off, Robyn certainly did not. The moment her daughter's eyes locked on Kody with that powerful mix of defiance and disappointment, Robyn's entire demeanor reportedly shifted. She scowled, unable to mask the blend of irritation and protectiveness coursing through her. For Robyn, this wasn't just about her daughter giving her father attitude. It was about the cracks in the family structure widening and the loyalty lines being tested in ways she could not control. Fans of Sister Wives have long debated whether Robyn has acted as the peacemaker in the family or the wedge that accelerated its unraveling. Her relationship with Kody has been a lightning rod of criticism. Many viewers believe she has received favoritism from Kody, especially in recent years as the other wives have stepped away from him one by one. Christine left, Janelle distanced herself, and Mary finally decided she'd had enough of being sidelined. Through it all, Robyn has stood firmly by Kody's side, at times to her own detriment. But when Brianna directed that look of disapproval toward her father, Robyn couldn't hide the conflict in her face. On the one hand, she has always defended Kody against criticism, even when the evidence stacked up against him. On the other hand, she has a maternal instinct to protect her children, even if it means protecting them from Kody himself. That scowl wasn't just anger at Brianna for stepping out of line, it was also a flash of panic. Because if her own children are starting to question Kody, what does that mean for the foundation of the only marriage still standing in the Sister Wives family? For viewers, this moment represents a generational shift. The wives have fought, argued, and slowly peeled away from Kody, but now the children are starting to show their discontent in ways that are impossible to ignore. Brianna's piercing stare was more than just a teenage glare. Symbolized the exhaustion that many of the Brown kids feel after years of being caught in the crossfire of their parents' complicated relationships. Social media exploded with commentary after the incident was reported. Some fans applauded Brianna for standing up to her father, noting that children deserve to express their feelings even in such a patriarchal structure. Others, however, pointed out that the dynamic is painful for Robyn, who has tried to keep her children shielded from the worst of the drama. Still, the overwhelming consensus is that Kody's grip on authority continues to weaken, and this latest moment is another example of how the respect he once commanded is dwindling fast. Robyn's scowl also deserves further examination. A scowl can communicate more than words ever could. In that split second, her expression revealed frustration at Brianna's open defiance, irritation at Kody for creating the conditions that led to it, and fear about what it all means for her carefully constructed reality. Robyn has long been portrayed as someone who believes in family unity, even when that unity comes at great personal cost. She has pleaded, defended, and justified, all in the name of keeping the family together. But no amount of defense can erase the fact that when your own child sends an eye full of disappointment toward your husband, something has gone terribly wrong. There's also the public perception to consider. Sister Wives has always blurred the line between private life and public spectacle. Every gesture, every look, every scowl becomes fodder for discussion. Fans rewatch footage, dissect expressions, and try to decode hidden meanings. In this case, Robyn's scowl has become a symbol of the impossible position she finds herself in, torn between her loyalty to Kody and her love for her children. For Kody, the moment is another blow to his ego and authority. Once seen as the strong patriarch of a large plural family, he is now reduced to a man facing criticism from every direction. His wives have rebelled. His relationships have crumbled, and even his children are beginning to give him looks that could cut through steel. Whether he acknowledges it or not, Kody is losing the respect of those around him, and no amount of justification can erase the growing resentment. Brianna's look also carries long-term implications. Children remember the moments when their parents fail them. They remember the times they felt dismissed or undervalued. That single look may be the outward expression of years of bottled-up emotion, the unspoken frustration of watching her family fall apart while being powerless to stop it. And when a child reaches that point, it becomes very difficult to rebuild trust. For Robyn, the scowl may have been instinctive, but it also spoke volumes about her fears. She has tied her identity to her marriage with Kody and to her role as the last wife standing. If her children turn against Kody, then the illusion of stability she has clung to collapses. It means facing the reality that not only have the other wives left, but even her children are questioning the very man she has defended for so long. As the story continues to unfold, Fans will no doubt keep a close eye on every interaction between Robyn, Brianna, and Kody. Will Brianna continue to challenge her father? Will Robyn side with her daughter or double down on defending Kody? And most importantly, will Kody finally realize that his own actions have alienated not just his wives but also the children who once looked to him for guidance? One thing is certain. The scowl seen on Robyn's face and the eye full given by Brianna are not just fleeting moments of family drama. They are symbols of a larger collapse, signs that the carefully crafted image of unity is cracking beyond repair. The Brown family's story has always been one of love, faith, and struggle, but now it is also one of fractured bonds, shifting alliances, and children daring to speak truth with nothing more than a single unforgettable look. The upcoming season of Sister Wives is shaping up to be one of the most talked-about chapters in the long history of the Brown family. TLC recently dropped the Season 20 trailer, and the preview has fans buzzing with speculation, shock, and plenty of questions. For over a decade, viewers have followed the unique and often chaotic life of Kody Brown and his wives, but the latest hints suggest that a brand new twist may be arriving. Could another woman be joining the family? That's the question driving fans into a frenzy after the dramatic teaser. Trailer begins with familiar themes of tension, heartbreak, and reflection. Over the past few seasons, Kody has watched his once large plural marriage crumble before the eyes of millions of viewers. Christine made the bold decision to walk away, setting off a domino effect that saw Janelle questioning her own place in the family, and Mary eventually stepping back as well. At this point, Robyn remains the last wife still legally and spiritually tied to Kody, leaving fans wondering whether the very premise of the show still exists without plural marriage. Season 20, however, might turn that question on its head. In one of the most surprising moments of the trailer, Kody is shown talking about his future and addressing his complicated legacy. He admits that his life has shifted in ways he never expected, but then drops a bombshell line that sets the internet ablaze. "I'm not done with family. I'm not done with building." The cryptic statement immediately sparked rumors that Kody could be considering bringing another woman into his life, rekindling the plural lifestyle he once championed. For longtime fans, the possibility feels both shocking and inevitable. Kody has never hidden his desire for a large family, and despite the fractures, he has continued to defend his beliefs about plural marriage. But with so many of his original wives gone and relationships permanently altered, would another woman truly want to step into the whirlwind that is life with Kody Brown? That's one of the questions Season 20 promises to explore. Trailer teases moments of Kody speaking about redemption, rebuilding, and a new chapter. In typical TLC fashion, the editing leaves just enough ambiguity to fuel speculation without providing clear answers. Could the woman in question be someone new introduced to the family circle? Or is it possible that one of his former wives might reconsider her decision and return? Fans have noticed how Christine and Janelle remain in the orbit of family events due to their children, and though it seems unlikely either would rekindle a relationship with Kody, viewers know better than to rule out unexpected turns. Meanwhile, Robyn's role becomes even more central in this trailer. She has often been seen as the last anchor holding together what's left of Kody's plural dream, but the new footage shows her struggling with the weight of being the only remaining wife. She is seen in tears, admitting that she never wanted to be the only one left, and that the dream of sisterhood has turned into loneliness. Yet, the trailer also shows Robyn in tense exchanges, suggesting that even her relationship with Kody is not as secure as it once appeared. Could the idea of bringing another woman into the family be partly driven by Robyn's desire to restore the plural aspect of their marriage? Or is Kody acting alone in his quest for expansion? The fan community has already exploded with theories. Social media comments range from disbelief to sarcastic humor, with many fans questioning why any woman would willingly join Kody's life at this point. Still, others argue that the Brown family's fame, combined with the allure of being on television, could be attractive to someone new. History has shown that even controversial figures often find new partners, and Kody's notoriety may draw in individuals who see opportunity in the spotlight. Beyond the possible addition of a new wife, the Season 20 trailer also highlights the ongoing emotional fallout among the children. Many of Kody's kids have spoken publicly about their strained relationships with their father, and the new season appears to address those wounds head-on. Viewers see glimpses of family gatherings filled with awkward silences, as well as emotional conversations where adult children confront their father about the choices that have torn the family apart. These raw moments suggest that while the question of another wife may dominate headlines, the heart of the season will remain centered on the consequences of Kody's decisions over the past decade. Mary's departure also gets revisited in the trailer. Though she is no longer an active part of the plural marriage, she remains a figure of curiosity for fans. Teaser hints at her reflecting on her journey, her sense of independence, and her realization that she no longer needs Kody's validation. Her resilience has been praised by many viewers, and season May 20th showcase her steps toward building a new chapter of her own. Christine, on the other hand, is thriving in her own way, and the trailer doesn't shy away from showing her happiness away from Kody. Fans have embraced her bold move as empowering, and TLC seems ready to highlight her successes while contrasting them against Kody's struggles. This dynamic creates a narrative of contrast, one wife leaving and flourishing, while the patriarch is left pondering whether starting anew with another partner will restore balance to his fractured world. The editing of the trailer carefully balances nostalgia with suspense. Flashbacks of the early days of the show remind viewers of the once harmonious plural family, while the present-day footage paints a far more fractured picture. By dropping the possibility of a new wife, TLC is playing on the audience's curiosity, ensuring that even skeptics will tune in to see if Kody truly takes that leap. For fans, the question isn't just whether another woman will join Kody Brown's family, it's also whether that addition could ever heal the wounds left behind. Plural marriage, as portrayed on Sister Wives, has always been a complicated mix of love, faith, jealousy, and sacrifice. Bringing in a new wife could reignite old tensions or provide a fresh start, depending on how the story unfolds. One thing is certain, the Browns have never shied away from controversy, and season 20 looks ready to deliver more of it than ever before. As the trailer closes, dramatic music swells and a voiceover teases that this season will answer questions fans have been asking for years. The words, "A new beginning," flash across the screen, leaving viewers with a cliffhanger that will keep discussions alive until the premiere. In the end, Sister Wives season 20 promises to be a turning point. Whether Kody actually introduces a new woman to the family or not, the very suggestion signals that the story is far from over. For a show built on the unpredictable dynamics of plural marriage, this new chapter could either breathe life back into Kody's vision, or finally prove that the era of the Brown family as fans once knew it has come to an end. When viewers of Sister Wives first met the Brown family in 2010, the story was one of unity, hope, and a desire to normalize the idea of plural marriage. Kody Brown stood at the center with his 4 wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, each building a life that was meant to be about faith, love, and family. Over the years, however, audiences have watched that dream unravel. In 2025, only one wife remains, Robyn Brown. The question fans continue to ask is simple: are Robyn and Kody still together? And if so, what does their marriage look like today? The answer as of now is Robyn and Kody remain legally and spiritually married. They are raising their 5 children together and are the only couple still intact after years of splits, divorces, and heartbreak. But as with much of their history, the reality is more complicated than a simple yes or no. Their union continues, but it exists under immense strain, public scrutiny, and emotional fallout from the collapse of the plural lifestyle that once defined them. To understand where Robyn and Kody stand today, it's important to remember how they began. Robyn joined the Brown family in 2010, legally marrying Kody in 2014 after he divorced his first wife, Mary, in order to adopt Robyn's 3 children from her previous marriage. Together, Kody and Robyn went on to have 2 more children. For a time, Robyn was often described as Kody's favorite wife, an opinion voiced not only by viewers but also hinted at by her fellow sister wives. That favoritism, real or perceived, became one of the deepest sources of tension in the family. Christine was the first to walk away in 2021, followed by Janelle in 2022, and finally Mary in 2023. This left Robyn as the sole wife. Many fans assumed that this was exactly what Kody wanted all along, but the truth has been less straightforward. In 2025, both Kody and Robyn have admitted that they never envisioned being monogamous. Kody entered plural marriage because of his religious convictions. Robyn joined him with the full belief that a plural household would enrich her life. But after years of fractures, public arguments, and painful goodbyes, they are no longer part of that structure. Kody has gone on record saying he would never return to plural marriage. He described the experiment as something that ultimately failed and declared with complete certainty that he will never seek another wife. Robyn, on her part, has shared that she always chooses Kody no matter the circumstances. She has admitted the difficulty of watching her dream of a plural family crumble, but she insists that her loyalty lies with her husband. Her stance has sparked debate among fans. Some see her as the last loyal partner standing, while others argue she is trapped by the weight of her choices and Kody's dominance. While they remain married, cracks have begun to show in their relationship. Reality reports and fan observations note that Robyn appears visibly more frustrated in recent interviews. The once soft-spoken, peacekeeping wife is now openly questioning the future. For Kody, the adjustment to life with one wife has been emotionally complex. He has acknowledged needing a lot of attention and struggling with the loss of the large family structure that once defined him. Financial matters have also added stress. The long-awaited sale of Coyote Pass in April 2025 symbolized both closure and conflict. The Arizona property, once imagined as the site of a massive family compound, sold for $1.5 million. Each of the 4 original wives received a share, though Christine had already signed away her rights in 2022. Robyn and Kody, along with Meri and Janelle, received payouts, but the sale became yet another reminder of the broken dream that once bound them. Robyn herself admitted feeling anger and sadness about how unequal the journey had been. Beyond finances, Kody's relationships with his children remain strained. Several of his older children from his marriages with Christine, Janelle, and Meri have chosen distance. Robyn has voiced her desire for family healing, but even she cannot bridge the growing gap between Kody and many of his adult children. This reality weighs heavily on her, as she has said she wanted her children to be raised within a large, interconnected family network, not in isolation. Despite these struggles, Kody and Robyn still present a united front. They attend church together, raise their younger children, and continue to film for sister wives. They remain legally married, and both state clearly that they are committed to one another. What makes their current dynamic complicated is not the question of are they still together, but rather, how long can they weather the fallout of everything that has collapsed around them? Looking ahead, Sister Wives Season 20, set to premiere in September 2025, promises to highlight the couple's ongoing struggles. Trailers already show Robyn visibly upset when Kody mentions that someone expressed interest in joining the family. For Robyn, once an advocate for plural marriage, this moment appears to strike a nerve, as if even the thought of restarting the cycle is exhausting. For Kody, the comment comes across as casual, perhaps even careless, but it reveals the lingering complexity of their situation. In interviews, Christine and Janelle have made it clear that they are happier outside of their marriage with Kody. Meri has chosen to step into independence after years of unhappiness. That leaves Robyn as the last standing wife, a position she never wanted. She once dreamed of a bustling, plural household full of shared love and responsibility. Instead, she now navigates a smaller, lonelier marriage, still loyal to Kody but carrying the disappointment of a dream that never materialized. Fans remain divided. Some believe Robyn and Kody's relationship is doomed, citing their body language, arguments, and increasing